Welcome to Becoming Saiyans.
A Dragon Ball rewatch podcast.
And we're back. I'm Truman.
And I'm Jesse.
And this is Becoming Saiyans, a Dragon Ball rewatch podcast. On today's episode, we watched episodes 92 and 93 of Dragon Ball, titled Goku Enters the Ring and Tien Shinhan vs. Jackie Chun. The first episode of these came out December 16th, 1987 in Japan, and in America on December 17th, 2002. The second episode came out in Japan on December 23rd, 1987, and December 18th, 2002. Jumping into some differences from the manga and some trivia. In the manga of the first episode, Goku enters the ring. The tournament's events and happenings happen all over the same day. But, in the anime, it takes over 4 days. So all the stuff about all the other stuff there is added in. All the stuff about Pumpet's backstory with all of the certain times and days of the events. Roshi talking with the girls and inviting Goku. Roshi showing all the training. Pumpet showing training. Pumpet's manager does not exist in the manga. So that entire plot was added into this episode.
Which is not surprising.
Which is with the launch getting the ice cream, all that stuff, So Goku, with all that being filler, Goku's just there in the manga. Like, there's no, rushing to be late.
Yeah.
Bulma and Puar are not present for this match because they, in the continuity of the manga, they are still at the hospital. They don't jump back and forth because there's not multiple days. In the anime, Pumpet is on the roof of the waiting area with a robe. In the manga, he has no robe and jumps from behind the waiting area. Trivia is, Launch claims to hate Pumpet's type in the Japanese version, while in English he argues that his film Pistol Poppers was better than Bulma's favorite. In Oolong's case, his line tattling to Yamcha about Bulma fawning over Pumpet was changed to, "Yeah, I'm sure you like them for their intricate plot lines." The car the manager uses to lure away Goku is a Mercedes. I actually wrote down Mercedes when I saw the car. That's all the trivia and stuff for the first one. For second episode, Tien Shinhan versus Jackie Chun. Some differences from the manga is that Jackie and Tien's match starts almost immediately after, but there's a whole break, all that stuff added in, jumping back to the hospital. Tien mentally preparing himself for the fight. The announcer calls for them to report. Because of the above, Jackie's outside at an eating area where he's normally inside the waiting area in the manga. Bulma, Launch, Puar are not present for the yada yada Yamcha, Jackie doesn't tell Tien to not get so apprehensive in the manga. In the manga, when Jackie throws Tien, the latter somersaults before hitting the ring and charging back into the fight. The anime has Jackie throw Tien completely out of bounds before he flies back. The fight resumes then as it was in the manga. When Jackie uses the afterimage technique in the manga, Tien sees through it almost immediately. In the anime, it works a bit. So that's one of those stretching the fight a bit. Not too upsetting, but... This was one we saw. Trivia. The original English release, the title of the episode spelled Jackie Chun's name as Jacky Chun. But it was changed in the remastered editions. We're watching the OG, it seems, because we saw the Jackie Chun spelled wrong.
We're watching whatever's on Crunchyroll.
We're watching whatever's on Crunchyroll, and it was spelled wrong there. When Master Roshi goes to the city to look at the women before his match, one of the first women looks like Launch from her first appearance, but with darker hair. She wears a tube top instead of a halter top and has no endpoints. When seen through Jackie's after images, Tien proclaims, "I choose you," which people are saying that's from Pokemon. That was kind of the reference they think they're making there, which I guess, by the time they're doing the voice acting, maybe...
Yeah, maybe
the English voice acting, they might have, Pokemon might be around.
Pokemon didn't
exist when this first came out.
Yeah, when it was first animated and, written, it didn't exist, because it didn't exist for, 10 years.
Yeah, because Pokemon didn't come out until 96, and I don't think the anime started coming out until 97 or 98. So,
well, I think the original. You talked about the release dates of the original Japanese release.
I'm talking about for Pokemon, not for
the anime. Yeah.
For the Pokemon anime. I don't think it started coming because the cards didn't come out until the game and the cards didn't come out until 96. Yeah. So I don't think the anime came out until 97 or 98. I'm pretty sure. because I remember watching it as a little kid, and I was -1 year old on the day when Pokemon came out. Fun fact about me. But that's all the trivia we have for today. So, previously on Dragon Ball, we have a long time to wait in these 2 episodes between the matches. We're almost half an episode of just random nothingness happening before we get the fight to start. And the first episode's case, that is a lot of nothingness of Goku getting like tricked into going out of the town, yada yada. Launch saves him, and he comes back just in time to fight and immediately beat Pampa. And in the second episode, it's a lot more of just the same, of just what are we even doing for this first half of the episode. Oh wait, the fight starts, and we get to see a really cool fight between Tien and Roshi, and that's what you missed on these episodes of Dragon Ball. Jesse, go for it.
The least surprising, all this is manga exclusive that you've read, I think, so far in this podcast, was these 2 episodes. Because you could definitely tell in the first episode that they were just padding for time, because you knew Goku was going to beat him in like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
It's like no offense to Pampa, but he's the only character in the final 8 that we knew nothing about until he drew his name out of the pot.
Yeah.
So you knew Goku was going to win. So we have to give him some just desserts before we just wipe him off the map for the rest of eternity.
Yeah.
Let's have 10 minutes of world building of who he is and what he does.
I'm pretty sure that the last thing we see of Pampa ever in the entire universe is him being carried off in a stretcher by those 2 monks that work at the temple.
Yeah.
It's just, that's it. He's gone. Does Pampa ever exist again? No, he ceases to exist as long as he's
by all laws of kill count, he could just never recover.
Yeah.
Legally, he could be dead because we have no way to know.
But he didn't die in the ring.
Yeah.
So Goku's not disqualified.
Nope.
But I would like to let you guys know ahead of time, I'm not the biggest fan of these episodes, just strictly on the fact of how much of these episodes are just...
How much time is altruistically wasted.
Yeah, and it's just for no reason, just with random stupid stuff. We find out completely made up for the anime. Because in the manga, all of this entire saga basically happens over one day. It's one right after another.
It's so far we're at half a week or more of fighting.
We're on day 3 of this tournament. I'm assuming day 3 is semifinal 1 and 2, and then then day 4 would be the final, because they say it takes place over 4 days.
Yeah, I would say, because we had day 1, which I think was
most of the prelims, and I think Yamcha's fight.
Yeah, and then you have day 2. Which was the last...
The other 3. The Jackie, Krillin, and Goku.
Well, did they take a day break between Goku's first fight against Pampa? Because it feels like they just roll right from Pampa to Jackie Chun and...
They might have done that. That might have been day 3.
Yeah.
Was Goku, and then... Because they knew that one wasn't much of a fight.
Yeah.
They're we can schedule this one for the 11 o'clock segment. Nobody's showing up for this.
Yeah.
Except for everyone would, because Pumpet's a famous movie star. But yeah, okay, anyways.
We sold tickets by delaying it, because oh man, we got all this hype for this character.
Yeah.
These 2 characters. One, the person who came runner-up 3 years ago, and this big movie star who's really good at fighting, just to watch the movie star effectively die in the ring.
No, he got knocked out.
Alive.
He got knocked out. At the point where he leaves the ring, who knows what happened to him at that point. He ceases to exist. He gets Thanos blipped out of existence as soon as he's off screen. Yeah. We're in day 3. It's on some point along the line of day 3. We're in day 3 now. Yeah. And the final's going to be day 4, is my guess.
Presumably.
Yeah. We're going to end day 3 with semifinal 2. That way each fighter gets a day of rest, or the night of rest before the finals, is my guess. But the whole point is, this is all one day in the manga that they're stretching over a half a week in the anime. It just, you can feel it in these episodes in particular. And other episodes we've pointed out, there are moments where there's extra stuff added that doesn't seem necessary. But it's whatever. These ones are bad because they're just, it's just random stuff that doesn't do anything for anybody.
If you cut out probably 90% of the adage in these episodes, you would get one pretty solid episode.
Yeah. And if
maybe a pretty solid episode, and then you leave on a cliffhanger, and then the first 2 minutes is the end of the Chun Tien fight.
Yeah, let's just start with the Goku eating at wherever he's at. All right, time for his fight now. and he immediately knocks out. We cut to Pampa training, being like, "I'm built for this. I'm ready." And then we cut to Goku's fight. Goku immediately knocks him out. Presumably ends his existence in this world, in this universe forever, and then we move on. And then it's Jackie and it's Tien fighting, and that's the second half of the episode, leading into the next episode where the second part of the fight happens.
Yeah.
That cuts out all of this fat that is just, it's so bad. You can't even eat these episodes because they're so fatty. It's just so bad. It's brutal. I was not a fan of these episodes. I mean, there are good stuff. There's good stuff, but in general, I'm not a fan of these episodes.
I'll defend them in this way, as like viewing it for the first time, I had fun, but I can imagine on subsequent journeys through these episodes, you probably just skip to Goku winning and you skip to the full on fight between Chun and Tien. And then you just move on to the next episodes.
I'm as we've talked about before, we're both pretty scatterbrained ADHD coded people here. But I try my best when I'm watching these episodes for the show to be locked in on what's going on. But I'm going to be real with the audience right here. I'm real with you, Jesse. I was playing on my phone until the fight started. I was like, these are some BS episodes. These are skips.
I did my due diligence of paying attention for all of these episodes. It might have been like one or two moments where I checked a notification, but it's like flick it down, read like a tweet, and then move on. It's 5 seconds.
But for me, as this is my third time watching it, I'm like, none of this matters, and it's not particularly fun or engaging. I'm gonna play.
I enjoyed watching Goku be dumb to in front of other new characters, because it's always fun to watch other characters realize that Goku has a freezer cold IQ.
Yeah, and it's like, wow, I thought we were going to have to fight this guy. We thought we were going to kidnap him. He's willingly got in the car.
Yeah.
But at that point, it's like, whatever. Launch is running after him.
I enjoyed watching Launch come to save the day. It was like, oh, Launch actually does care about Goku. Even angry Launch gives a crap about Goku.
Yeah.
That's how you know Goku's friendliness aura is that powerful, when even angry Launch is like, you can't kidnap my friend.
It's more like, you can't kidnap the competition. That's not right. I need to watch him fight. I only get joy out of watching people beat the crap out of each other, and you're taking that away from me. Give him back. That's what it seemed like.
And then the most unsatisfying moment of this is the one time she didn't need to sneeze. So I could watch her break his knees.
Yeah. But yeah, in general, jumping into my notes, it was Goku's never gonna lose this fight. Watching Pomput train, it's there's no way.
Pomput's training a peak, MMA boxer.
Yeah.
Goku's training he needs to go save the world in the next 2 minutes.
And we were pointing this out while we were watching it, and my girlfriend was sitting in between us while we were watching it, and she's like, so he's weak? And I'm like, he's not weak. He's extremely strong. And this is nothing. When I say Pampa had no chance of her winning this fight, that's not in any way a disrespect or a jab at Pampa as a person or a fighter.
He legitimately did really good damage to the wall. He was showing off.
He broke it in half with and it's a 3 foot deep wall, and he just shatters it, which we've seen these other characters do. So it's oh, he is kind of strong. He can do this.
He's on a decent level. It's just he's fighting, what's arguably, I would say at this moment, we've brought it up. We'll wait to see what happens at the end of the tournament, but I wholeheartedly believe Goku's going to win the tournament. Mm-hmm. He's fighting the peak of the planet right now.
Okay, yeah, and if he's not, he's at least fighting top 4. There's, if you, without knowing how this tournament ends, he's at least in the top 4 because we know he's going to win this fight, and there's 3 other people in the top 4 that are going up against him.
Let me put it this way: Jackie admitted Goku is seemingly levels above where he thought he was. Mm-hmm. And kind of would be able to beat him in a fight if he was smart enough to keep up with Jackie's wit. When Jackie's admitting that, and Tien had to fight real hard to keep up with Jackie at this point and everything,
Yeah.
Because it cuts off before we see the end of the fight.
But this is like the whole power scaling argument.
But it's just like, but when you're looking at it that way, Pompa had no chance.
Oh yeah, well no.
Because even if Goku's not reaching that full potential that Jackie thinks he is, he's at least got to be on Jackie's level. Like, for Jackie to feel that way, he's got to be there.
And there's levels.
And everyone left in this tournament is there. Pompa really got here purely because he didn't run into any of them in the preliminaries.
Yeah.
No offense to him by his own self.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's people that they beat in the preliminaries that could have actually been in the finals of the preliminaries, or if they were in Pompa's region, could have probably beat Pompa.
If we remove the 6 named characters from this six, because remember we have Wolfman and Pompa.
Oh yeah,
I'm saying if we remove the other 6 people, like Pompa him and King Chopper could probably be fighting in the finale, a championship match.
Yeah.
Like this is again. No disrespect to these other people,
but
there are levels to this.
They are up against not mere mortal men. Like Jackie explains that after Goku beats the crap out of him, where he's like, Pompa's a solid fighter.
Pompa's probably one of the top fighters in this world outside of the ones in this room with us.
Yeah, it's like Pompa would give any regular mortal man a run for his money, if not just dominate him like he just got dominated by Goku.
Yeah.
The problem is we've all broken past those limit breaks. Your
beyond plus ultra.
Your girlfriend made the plus ultra joke. It was like they've all gone plus ultra, I guess to say.
Yeah.
So fastly that like Pompa hasn't done that. So he has reached his limit.
Yeah, he's hit the absolute
And
peak.
the problem is everyone left in the tournament is like probably 2 times his limit.
Yeah, and that is what it is, and it's not no disrespect to Pompa, no disrespect when we were joking about King Choppa, no disrespect to Wolfman. He really put in the effort to get there, and he made it to the finals. It's just you're running into unshakable forces beyond your comprehension. Literally, Jackie blew up the moon last tournament.
It's like, can you do that?
Can you? That's the baseline.
That's the new baseline at this point. Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
Do you have the capabilities to blow up the moon?
If you cannot blow up the moon, maybe just stay home.
Yeah.
Be a spectator, enjoy it. Or
fight for 6th or 7th place.
Yeah, like
7th or 8th place.
Yeah, it's just enjoy the ride and know that you're shooting for the peak of not them.
Yeah, you're aiming for 7th or 8th place, which is in this point 1st or 2nd outside of the.
Because how many? I think they said how many fighters they have.
I don't remember. It's quite a bit. They said it was more than they normally have. They doubled the participation between the last 2.
So you're also fighting to a crap ton of people. I think what was the highest number I think we heard someone have was in the 300s?
I think something like that. I think there's 300 or 400 people in this fight. But I don't remember exactly how many.
If you're coming 7th or 8th out of 300 to 400 participants,
yeah,
you're still doing really good.
Yeah, that's how I felt when I was playing in that. I played in that online tournament, the biggest Pokemon tournament. There were 10,000 people. Do you think I'm going to win a tournament with 10,000 people? Absolutely not. Also, I had a lot of other stuff going on that day. But even if I didn't have that stuff, there's no way I'm going to win against 10,000 people. But I placed in the upper quarter of those 10,000 people, and that feels really good. Yeah, and that feels really good.
That's really good.
Yeah,
especially coming in knowing you've not won a Pokemon tournament yet in your career. Your very short career, but you've not won a non-local Pokemon tournament in your career.
Going into it, when I'm going to NAIC in June, it's not like I'm going in there expecting to win. I'm going in there hoping to win. But I'm not going in there expecting to even come close. But I'm going to try my best to do it.
The best way I look at it when you enter something that deep down you've accepted you're probably not expected to win is you always set what you think is a realistic goal, or try to set a realistic goal. If you're entering a massive Pokemon tournament, be say you want to come top quarter, top 25%, or when for the turn the NAIC. NAIC. Yeah, my brain just said that wrong.
Yeah.
But when you enter something like that, where it's you want to set okay, let me try to go 500.
Yeah, that's right.
And then once you hit that goal once or twice, and you're okay, let's try to get slightly above.
Add a game, yeah.
Yeah, add a game, and you keep going until you reach that break point. Because if you know anything about competitive Pokemon, not everyone is Wolfie VGC. Not everyone is these characters, these people that if they're in a tournament, they're gonna probably have 4 or 5 stream matches, especially if they
Yeah.
haven't lost all tournament. They might be on stream more than once before, the elimination rounds, the knockout rounds. Where it's just like, not everyone is that skilled.
Yeah, and also not everybody's that experienced.
But if everyone
stuff.
that didn't have that experience and didn't have that skill
Didn't show
was
up.
too scared to show up, then you wouldn't have a tournament.
Yeah, exactly, and that was what I was going to get to, is that, like, don't tell these competitors to stay home. Like, you always, like, if you come in 7th and the 6 people in front of you are Tien, Chiatsu, Krillin, Jackie, and Goku, and Yamcha, it's like, yeah, maybe you can beat Yamcha, but the rest of those guys are way out of your league. Like, Yamcha's way out of their league too, but he's like Pump. If it was Pump Up versus Yamcha in the first round,
that would have been a great matchup.
That's a good matchup because Yamcha's just slightly above his limit.
Yeah, I think what takes Yamcha beyond Pump Up is like the ability to pull off
The energy moves,
the Kamehameha wave.
Yeah. That just being able to focus your energy into that just takes you to the next level. Yeah. But he's not high enough above him that where Pumpa couldn't possibly.
Pumpa can handle in close quarters combat. It
yeah.
just comes down to movement and stuff.
Yeah. But anyways, the whole point is that, like, this fight had nothing. And but like again, it's no disrespect to Pumpa, but this fight had nothing.
Especially the longer it went on and the more I realized, oh, we're actually going to get the fight in this episode. I'm like, oh yeah, Goku's winning immediately.
Yeah, because it like
I even wrote down like all like towards the end of the episode, all this aura farming just to get one shot.
Yeah,
like when he shows up on top of the temple with his like cape robe thing, he jumps down.
Yeah,
starts like showboating.
Yeah. I guess we should talk about the plot of this episode, the first episode. So, basically, it's just a nothing burger until the fight. But before the fight... I
will say, this is probably the most enjoyable of the two just screwing around, because the second episode is a lot of Jackie getting into, like, weird, perverted mischief. Yeah. And Roshi trying to be perverted and then getting punched by Goku and things like that.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that's part of this episode.
That's part of this one. But the whole thing is that, like, so the manager for Pampa is like, hey, so he has found out some news that we don't find out. But he learned something about Goku being like, hey, this guy. And he's like, I know. He came in the runner-up, Pampa. He's like, no, but there's more than that. He's like, I don't care. I'm going to win this fight. And so the manager's like, oh, okay, sir. Yeah, I'll leave. And he goes and, before that, Pampa says, I like to sweat in silence. Or I like to sweat in alone and solitary. Yeah. It's like, okay, Pampa, quit being so extra. But the manager goes to like catch an eye of like what the training looks like for Goku. He's like, oh yeah, Goku. Oh yeah, Pampa's gonna lose this fight. Goku is too strong. Yeah. So then he comes up with the idea to like get his boys to grab Goku and drive him out of town. So Pampa wins by forfeit. Which almost works, but Launch saves the day, and that's kind of the plot of this episode. Before, oh yeah, Goku beats him immediately. Yeah. But, like, just to get into it, that was the plot of the first episode.
And I have fun purely because the manager is exactly the type of character a manager needs to be in this situation.
Yeah.
When doing stuff like that. Like, he is just kind of a
mobster, yeah.
Yeah, like, he's a very sleazy, cheesy, like, mobby guy.
Understanding that, like, Goku wouldn't go for it at all. Like, the thought process is he's going to try to offer... if it wasn't Goku, if it was Krillin or Yamcha, he would offer them untold amounts of money just to throw the fight. Like, that's the kind of manager it is.
Which is ironic, because I was, like... The other day I was watching, like, stuff about... like, betting scandals in esports and stuff.
Yeah.
So, like, it kind of was... It gave me a little bit of a silent chuckle to myself. Like, oh, here we go again, this stupid plot line again. But it's Goku, so all you have to do is be like, hey, it's chains, we'll give you a ride. And Goku, not knowing anything about how to live in the world without, getting kidnapped all the time. Though, to be fair, when you're as strong as him, you don't really ever have to learn those lessons because you can just fight your way out of them.
Yeah, and honestly, for like Goku needs to have a modicum of introspection or critical thinking skills. Why are they moving the tournament on day 3? What the heck? It's that urgent that they can't get like a 2-day extension on their building or whatever the heck, It's like, come on. Goku, take a minute and think. But he doesn't, because he's Goku. And like you said, he has no worries because there's nobody out there who can beat him, really. Especially not of the non...
The only people he knows who can beat him aren't in this car.
Yeah.
So, like, why do I have to worry about where they're taking me?
Yeah, this will be fun. Let's go.
He's he's everyone that you'd want. Like if you're trying to do like sleazy things like that, it's like he's the exact type of person you want to take advantage of because he's like
the easiest of easy marks.
Yeah, he's just like he's too dumb / unaware to like not know what's going on.
Yeah, and then that's that episode. I
enjoy it.
I liked it. Out of the two, it's my favorite of the two. But moving into the second episode, I have very little notes. So,
yeah, I mean, I have like probably half the amount of notes as from the first episode because I was just written down like funny.
I don't even know if I have half.
Like I pointed out, he studies his prey, talking about Tien.
Yeah.
And then obviously I pointed out the whole Jackie's name is spelled wrong.
Yeah, I wrote that down too. They misspelled Jackie's name.
Because I saw them speak. I thought I saw it when like we loaded the episode up, and then like I saw them say Jackie, and it reminded me of it. I'm like, wait a minute! Like I told you, like check the title of the episode. They got his name spelled wrong.
Yeah, and Jackie, it's so rough, But, then basically my next note was the only note I have before the halfway point of the episode is, dang it, Jackie. And that kind of covers all of Jackie's escapades in the first half of the episode, where he's walking around the fair. Apparently Tien is going to try to, like, take him out, so he has, like, Chiatsu, like, shoot off one of those pop guns, like, as, like, a missile towards him, but Jackie, being Jackie, like, falls forward into a woman's bosom, which saves them, but then they're like, man, Jackie must be even smarter than we thought. And it's like, no, he's just a creepy old man.
Honestly, they kind of leave it semi-ambiguous whether he actually avoided it.
Yeah. Because he kind of plays it off like he wasn't trying to do it on purpose.
Yeah, because she even gets like she slaps him across the face, but then she even like apologizes.
Yeah, because he's like, oh.
So it's like, did he do it like for one reason or the other reason? You gotta leave it.
The answer is both.
Yeah.
He did it for both reasons.
He's like an excuse.
An excuse.
Because like she slaps him, and then I think she realizes like something like popped behind him or whatever.
Yeah. I apologize about the noise there. My cats, if you're hearing in the background, they're in the living room fighting while we're in here recording. I don't really have a better way of taking care of them, so we're just going to have to deal with the noise and roll with it. But yeah, like the whole first half of the episode is literally just, Jackie walking around and Tien and Chiatsu and Shin trying to pull a prank on him or try to attack him, actually.
Trying to like at least get an idea or like weaken him, I guess.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of like a scouting mission for Tien, right?
Yeah, he was trying to see how good he was.
He's like, oh, he's going to be a problem when he avoids the like rubber bullet. Or whatever.
And so then my next note, this is at the halfway part of the episode, was that was a lot of time of my life gone. And so that's all I had for the first half of the episode. Moving into the next episode, we start out with the beginning of the fight, and it's really good. And it's Jackie gets the upper hand almost immediately and like throws Tien out of the ring. But of course, Tien can fly. So
yeah, Chiatsu can fly, Tien can fly, definitely.
Yeah. And then we have Jackie and Tien fighting. Jackie pulls out the after image technique, and we find out Chiatsu, no matter how much math he's taken, he is not able to count yet. So
he's like, there's 8.
He's like 1, 2, 3.
And Shin's is like, it's 8.
It's 8, man. But then Chun's like able to get into his game and get into his bag when he throws the thing off. So it starts out with like the first stanza of the fight is Jackie throws Tien out of the ring. Second stanza is Tien goes like full out like offensive, tries to like go like slide under the ground, basically like levitating at ground level to try to take Jackie out at the knees. Jackie's able to avoid that and go into after image. Tien's able to focus with his 3 eyes and kick Jackie into the wall. Jackie rips off his top and throws it into the crowd. Of course, it lands on Bulma, and she has a freak out. And then Jackie and Tien just start brawling, and I'm like, man, we got a brawl going on here.
I wrote there, scrap.
They are wrestling out there.
You can definitely tell like it is quite an even matchup.
Yeah, because they're both just it's like a Rocky fight, where it's like if you watch Rocky, about the Rocky movies, they're not boxing in the boxing sense. They're out there just throwing haymakers at each other.
They're just punching.
They're just punching. especially like in Rocky 4, like the form is gone in Rocky 4 when he's fighting the Russian. It's literally just haymaker after haymaker, both of them. Just whoever can withstand the most pain.
And yeah,
wins.
spoiler alert for like what, a 30
Rocky conquers the Russians.
Yeah, Rocky ends the Cold War
with his fists. But that's
and also
kind of
avenges his fallen comrade Apollo Creed.
Yeah. But this fight reminds me a lot of that because it is just a brawl. The skill is gone. There's no fancy techniques going on. It's just two people punching and kicking the crap out of each other and trying to make the other one submit. And it's just great to watch. It's great. It's great. But one note I have is, man, like, Jackie is really thinking about Roshi at such a weird moment. There towards the end of the fight, Jackie goes, man, Roshi, if only, like, you knew how strong these other fighters in this world were getting. They're even outclassing me here, And it's like, Jackie, what are you thinking about Roshi for here? Get your mind on the fight, buddy. I know that, like, that Roshi's your cousin and everything, but keep your mind on the fight.
And then it pretty much cuts off like right after that because it just ends up being find out in the next episode who wins this amazing bout.
And who do you think is going to win, Jesse?
I think it was my prediction. I think it's Tien.
Okay.
I mean, it just makes the most sense. It's going to be Tien and Goku in the final.
Yeah.
Like
Goku
has sworn vengeance.
So Jesse, here is your predictions from last week. Goku wins this fight and plays with his food. He did not play with his food in this fight. He was precise and killer with his moves.
As the episode kept going on, I was like, oh, this is going to be like a 5-second fight.
This is going to be over immediately. So I'm not going to count that one because you had it as him winning and playing with his food because you had it as a two-part prediction.
Yeah.
Number one was you said 2-episode fight that won't end until the second episode or until the next episode. You got that one right. But not for the reason you thought, just because they decided they were going to have it last for forever.
Yeah.
All right, so Jesse, looking at our next 2 episodes, episode 94 and 95, we have the title Stepping Down and Goku versus Krillin. What do you think is going to happen?
Well, I think in the stepping down one, it's like maybe Jackie steps, like, concedes maybe because he's like got too beat up and he like concedes, or
okay,
maybe there's some big reveal that Jackie's actually Roshi, and then like after that reveal, Roshi's like, I concede. Maybe I don't know. Maybe
why would that be a thing, Jesse?
I don't know. Maybe, that's why. I mean, I'm just thinking. I'm throwing stuff out.
Why would you even throw that out there? We know that Jackie's not Roshi. They talked about this during the last fight, the last tournament saga, where he explains his genealogy to Goku.
I'm just saying. I mean, maybe like just throwing something on the wall, because like who else is stepping down at that
maybe
point?
Tien gives up.
Yeah, well, by my tournament bracket, I'm putting Tien to advance. So it's got to be something to do with Jackie, okay. I assume.
So what do you think is going to happen in Goku versus Krillin?
There's a pretty good chance that either is like they end it at the very end and Goku wins, or it's a 2-episode fight.
Okay, what are you gonna pick?
I'm gonna because of how like drawn out these last couple of fights are, I'm gonna go 2-episode. Okay. It feels like they're trying to extend stuff.
Yeah, it does kind of feel like that. So Jesse, you say that Jackie concedes on the first episode, and then Goku and Krillin start in the second episode, going into the third episode or the next episode. We're not going to do a 3 episodes. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no, that's not a spoiler. We're not doing it.
So Jesse, with that, what was your worst part? I have mine.
Yeah, you can go first. While I think.
The first half of the second episode is my worst part of these 2 episodes.
Yeah, it's hard not to pick it because I mean I actually enjoyed the Goku subplot of getting pseudo kidnapped and having to save him.
It was annoying to watch because it is nothing to do with anything,
yeah.
But at least it's kind of it has some fun to it.
Like it's fun to see Launch, like how much Launch actually semi cares about Goku. At minimum, semi cares about Goku. Where it's like, I don't want him to miss this fight. Let me go save Goku from these weird guys that just threw him in a car.
Yeah. But yeah, that's for me. It's just like the first half is like it as unnecessary and boring as it can be. At least has some
how
fun
intense
stuff.
this fight is. It's like, yeah, you could still have some of it. Like, you still have him getting shot by a rubber bullet, but you don't have to extend it for an extra, like, few minutes.
We don't need to have a whole half an episode of
we don't have to have, like, them talking about Roshi in front of Jackie. And then, like, Jackie sneaking off because he gets the same idea that maybe Roshi had. Where it's like, oh, you know, let me go perv on people at the shopping district market thing.
Yeah. One thing we forgot to mention during our beginning of the episode is, what is the logistics of this map, of this island?
Yeah,
because,
we did forget about that.
This is like a whole city on this island. And we thought, like, my general idea of this island was it was just the temple with, like, some small shopping centers.
No, I'm beginning to think it might be, like, you know, maybe about the size of, like, you know, one of the medium-sized Hawaiian islands possibly now.
Yeah.
It might, honestly, it feels like it could be, like, a play on, like, Honolulu and Hawaii. Like that, like the main Hawaii Honolulu island.
Yeah. Okay.
Now they're, like, seeing how big the city is as they're driving through it with Goku and, like, seeing how, like, the structures in different places.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like it could be going for that type of vibe.
Yeah, not to just derail the worst part, but that was just something I thought about.
Yeah, we forgot to mention.
My honorable mention for worst part is the whole impetus behind the training with Goku and Krillin, where Roshi's trying to show off for the girls, and he's getting jealous that they're they are into
the boys.
Into the boys. So he decides he's gonna train with them to show them how strong and powerful he is.
Which then sets up Goku getting kidnapped later.
Yeah. But, like, the impetus behind the fighting itself, like, if he just decided he was like, time to train a little bit, that'd be different.
Yeah, we got a little bit of time, you know, let's at least, like, it's like a warm-up training.
/ like, I want to see how strong you are in my own hands.
Yeah.
Like, that kind of thing, I would be okay. But the whole impetus behind it, just, that's an honorable mention. Best part, Jesse, what was yours?
Oh, man. I mean, you really can't choose. There's two things you can choose here. It's how much do you enjoy Goku just absolutely wiping the floor with the Aura Farmer Pump Hut? Yeah. Or do you prefer, like, how absolutely intense the Tien Jackie fight is? And I'm gonna go for the Tien Jackie fight. I think it's just so, it's well animated. It's fun to see, like, okay, so Tien and Chiatsu have learned similar things because they both have, like, the ability to fly or float or levitate, whatever it is they're doing. Yeah. They can keep themselves in the air by their own means of some kind.
My best part of that fight is everything past when Jackie throws his top off.
Yeah, the top off.
Like, from that point on, it just devolves into just a brawl. It's just, that's my favorite part of it.
It's like a dirty street fight. Where it's just,
yeah.
You walk up on a group of people in, like, the back alleys of New York, and you're like, yeah, I might as well watch.
Yeah.
It's been a minute
these guys
since I just watched two people go out to town.
These guys are just, like, throwing haymakers at each other. There's no rhyme or reason. It doesn't even look like it's skillful fighting, because they're both just landing hits. Like, there's no defense. It's just two offensive tanks hitting each other. But Jesse, with that, I would like to thank you all for listening. And remind you to download, subscribe, rate, review. Leave us a 5-star rating if that's what you're thinking. That's what your prerogative is. And you can reach out to us at becomingsaiyans@gmail.com. Or you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Becoming Saiyans Pod. And until next week, I've been Truman.
And I've been Jesse.
And the journey continues.
Bye.